Hello, precious souls, and welcome to a conversation that I feel is so needed right now. I want to speak with you about something that many of us are experiencing, this sense of overwhelm, this feeling that the world is spinning faster than we can keep up with, this anxiety that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere all at once. If you've been feeling untethered, scattered, or like you're floating in a sea of uncertainty, I want you to know that you are not alone. And more importantly, there is ancient wisdom available to help you find your footing again. What I want to share with you today comes from the earth signs Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, and the profound medicine they offer for anxious, sensitive souls who are struggling to find peace in these turbulent times. Whether you have earth signs prominent in your chart or not, these energies are available to all of us, and learning to work with them can be absolutely transformational for your nervous system, your peace of mind, and your overall well-being. I've been watching so many beautiful, sensitive people struggling with what I call modern overwhelm, this constant stimulation from technology, news, social media, and the rapid pace of change that surrounds us. Our nervous systems, which evolved to handle occasional periods of stress, are now in a constant state of activation. We're living like we're perpetually running from a tiger, when most of our stresses are mental and emotional rather than physical. This is where earth sign medicine becomes absolutely essential. Earth energy is about presence, stability, rhythm, and connection to the physical world. It's about slowing down enough to remember that you have a body, that you live on an actual planet, and that there are simple, ancient ways to find peace that don't require anything more complicated than your willingness to come home to yourself. Let me help you understand what earth sign energy offers us during chaotic times. Taurus teaches us about sensual grounding, connecting with our bodies and the physical world through our senses. Virgo shows us how to create order and meaning through small, nurturing daily rituals. Capricorn helps us build sustainable structures and practices that can weather any storm. These aren't abstract concepts, they're practical medicines that you can apply immediately to start feeling more centered and less anxious. The beautiful thing about earth sign wisdom is that it meets you exactly where you are and works with your human nature, rather than asking you to transcend it. During times of chaos and uncertainty, you might notice your anxiety showing up in very specific ways in your body and daily experience. There can be this feeling of being unmoored, like you're floating without an anchor. Your thoughts might race from one worry to another, creating elaborate scenarios about all the things that could go wrong. Sleep might become elusive, and even when you're tired, your mind won't quiet down. Many sensitive souls experience what I call empathic overflow during chaotic periods, absorbing not just your own anxiety, but the collective anxiety of everyone around you, and even from the news and social media. This can leave you feeling exhausted and overwhelmed without understanding why. Physically, you might notice tension in your shoulders and neck, shallow breathing, digestive issues, or feeling like you can't quite catch your breath emotionally. These are all signs that your nervous system is in a state of hypervigilance, constantly scanning for threats that may not actually be present. There can also be what I call floating anxieties, this generalized sense of unease that doesn't seem to be about anything specific, but makes it difficult to relax or feel truly safe in your own skin. Now let's explore both the challenges and the profound gifts that earth sign medicine offers for healing anxiety and finding grounding in uncertain times. The shadow side of anxiety often includes feeling like you need to control everything in order to feel safe, which ironically creates more anxiety because so much of life is beyond our control. There can be a tendency to catastrophize, imagining worst-case scenarios and living in constant preparation for disaster. Sometimes anxiety manifests as perfectionism or an inability to rest because you feel like you always need to be doing something productive to ward off potential problems. This keeps you in a constant state of doing rather than being, which depletes your nervous system over time. But here's the beautiful gift that earth sign medicine offers. It teaches you that safety and peace come not from controlling external circumstances, but from developing an unshakable connection to your own center, your own rhythm, and your own innate wisdom. Earth energy helps you remember that you are not separate from nature, you are part of it. Just as trees don't panic during storms, but rather deepen their roots and bend with the wind, you can learn to stay rooted in your essential self while remaining flexible enough to adapt to whatever life brings. This practice develops what I call nervous system sovereignty, the ability to regulate your own emotional and energetic state, regardless of what's happening around you. This is not about avoiding or suppressing difficult feelings, but about having reliable tools to return to center when you feel scattered or overwhelmed. Let me share some powerful earth sign practices that you can begin using immediately to cultivate more grounding and peace in your daily life. First, embrace what I call Taurus medicine through sensual grounding. When anxiety hits, immediately connect with your five senses. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This brings you instantly into your body and the present moment. Second, practice Virgo medicine by creating small, nurturing daily rituals that give your nervous system a sense of order and predictability. This might be making your bed mindfully each morning, preparing a cup of tea with full attention, or spending 5 minutes organizing one small area of your home. These simple acts of care signal safety to your nervous system. Third, implement Capricorn medicine by building sustainable structures that support your well-being. This could be establishing a consistent sleep schedule, creating boundaries around news consumption and social media, or developing a simple daily spiritual practice that grounds you in something larger than immediate concerns. Fourth, spend time in nature regularly, even if it's just sitting with a houseplant or touching a tree. Earth energy is literally available through direct contact with the natural world. When you feel scattered, go outside and put your bare feet on the ground, lean against a tree, or simply sit on the earth and breathe. Fifth, practice what I call breath grounding. When anxiety arises, place one hand on your chest and one on your belly, and breathe so that only the bottom hand moves. Count 4 breaths in, hold for 4, breathe out for 6. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and signals to your body that it's safe to relax. Sixth, create what I call worry time. Instead of letting anxiety have access to you all day, designate 15 minutes each day to consciously worry about whatever is concerning you. Write it all down, feel it fully, then close the notebook and return to the present moment. This gives your mind permission to process concerns without them taking over your entire day. Seventh, develop a grounding toolkit of objects, scents or activities that quickly connect you to earth energy. This might be a smooth stone to hold, a grounding essential oil to smell, or a specific playlist of calming music. Having reliable tools makes it easier to self-regulate when you feel destabilized. Eighth, practice earthing by literally connecting your body to the earth. Walk barefoot on grass, garden with your hands in the soil, or swim in natural bodies of water. This direct contact helps discharge excess nervous energy and restore your natural electrical balance. I want you to understand that anxiety is not a character flaw or something you need to eliminate completely. It's actually a sign that your sensitive nervous system is trying to protect you, often from threats that are imaginary rather than real. The goal is not to never feel anxiety, but to develop skills for returning to calm when it arises. What's most beautiful about earth sign medicine is that it works with your body's natural wisdom, rather than trying to override it with your mind. Your body knows how to relax, how to breathe deeply, how to find peace. Sometimes it just needs gentle reminding and supportive practices. These grounding techniques are not just for crisis moments. When practiced regularly, they actually train your nervous system to maintain a more balanced baseline, so you're less likely to be thrown off center when stressful situations arise. Remember that in our fast-paced, technology-driven world, choosing to slow down and ground yourself is actually a radical act. You're choosing presence over productivity, being over doing, inner wisdom over external demands. This is not only healing for you personally, but contributes to the collective healing that our world so desperately needs. The earth is always available to support you. Gravity is constantly holding you, the ground is always beneath your feet, and your breath is always here to bring you home to yourself. These simple truths become profound medicines when you remember to access them consciously. As you begin to work with these earth sign practices, be patient and gentle with yourself. Healing anxiety and developing nervous system resilience takes time. Some days you'll feel wonderfully grounded, and other days you might feel scattered despite your best efforts. Both experiences are part of the journey. What matters most is that you're developing a relationship with practices that support your well-being, rather than depending on external circumstances to determine your internal state. This is true empowerment, the ability to find peace within yourself regardless of what's happening around you. Your sensitivity is not a burden, it's a gift that allows you to respond to life with great depth and compassion. Learning to care for your sensitive system is not about becoming less sensitive, but about staying open-hearted while also staying grounded and centered. The world needs sensitive, grounded, peaceful people who can remain calm in the midst of chaos. Every time you choose to ground yourself rather than get swept away by anxiety, you're contributing to the collective peace that our planet so desperately needs. May you find the courage to slow down in a world that demands speed. May you trust your body's wisdom and your soul's need for peace. And may you remember that the earth herself is always here to support you, to hold you, and to remind you of the profound stability that exists at your very core. This content is provided for spiritual and educational purposes. It is not intended as a substitute for medical, psychological, legal, or financial advice. Please consult qualified professionals for matters concerning your health, relationships, and practical life decisions.